Yes, I did the Adventures Gorillas and Chimps overland trip, which is a really cool way of seeing Uganda. You start off in the capital and then do quite a long bus journey, but it is a really nice way of like stopping off along the way, seeing a lot of the surroundings of Uganda. We based ourselves at Lake Bunyonyi for the gorilla trek, and you have 3 nights there, so you actually get like a full day on the lake with that trip, which is really, really nice. So even the time where you weren't actually doing the gorilla trek, which was obviously the highlight, was amazing. The gorilla trek, you start off really early in the morning. There are advanced trackers that go out and track the gorillas. Once you've actually started, they already know where they are. So though it says it can take like 6 hours to track the gorillas, it took us about an hour. And then once you're there, you get an hour. And then because it hadn't taken us as long, we did like a really nice trip through the forest afterward. When we actually did the chimpanzee trekking, that was a bit more tough because the chimpanzees are so much more on the move. So like when you're doing that trip, you're kind of on the move tracking them, whereas for the gorilla trek, once we were there, they were quite stable. I went to Chile, which was absolutely amazing because that's just so much like diversity across the entire country. And then I guess because I really like culture and things, Rome is one of my favourite places I've ever been, even though it's a bit more closer to home. But yeah, I absolutely love Rome. There's just so much to do. My third top one would be Uganda. It was quite recent, so it sticks in my head quite a lot, but it was like such a special place to go. If I was thinking of a tip for Chile, maybe if you're doing the whole country, because quite a few of our trips you can do the whole country. You can do the desert in the north and you can do the wine regions in the central, but you can do lakes and trekking and everything. It's probably like the one place I haven't overpacked for. All the different stuff that I needed for Chile I actually used, like hiking boots, sandals, bikinis, nice dresses. If you were going out for a dinner, you can't really overpack for that place. Favourite thing in Rome is that you don't really need to book anywhere for dinner. You can just walk out and you can have lunch in one amazing restaurant, and then pretty much every place you go is amazing food. Obviously the Roman Forum and the Colosseum and all of the historical, that whole area of Rome is really exciting. Definitely the food is the best part for me because I've been to quite a lot of places in Italy, and the places in the north have really good food as well, but in Rome it's just something else. I haven't exactly done this itinerary, but I've done one quite similar where I've started up in the Lakes districts right in the north. I actually came in from Switzerland on this trip, and you can just have a few days, like you can go out onto the little islands on the lakes, you can do hiking, so there's loads of stuff to do. And then from there you could probably take the train down to Florence, and then have maybe like 3 nights in Florence, see more of the art galleries, and there's loads of beautiful gardens and things like that, before then taking the train down to Rome and just eating your way through Rome, basically. My favourite hotel I've been lucky enough to stay at was the Datai in Langkawi. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's 5+ star, which we don't give to too many hotels, but this one you could definitely see why. We stayed at the Datai in Langkawi as a stopover to Australia, so if you want a bit of a different stopover, we flew Kuala Lumpur and then went up to Langkawi on the short flight. So even though we were adding another flight on an already long journey, it was so worth it for like 4 nights of relaxation. One of the really cool things about the Datai is it's set back away from the beach. So the whole of that natural coastline, which is all backed with jungle and everything like that, is completely preserved. So it's quite nice they have quite a focus on the eco side of things. And then on top of that, the restaurants were just so nice. They've got a Malaysian one, a Thai one, a beach grill one. We booked in before we went to each one and we had it on a half-board basis, so definitely recommend going to all of the restaurants. They've got a rainforest centre down kind of near the beach, and you can go in and you can do guided walks with rainforest, which is where you can see cobras, and you go with like a complete absolute expert who just knows every type of plant, every type of animal there. And then also knew loads of the history about the whole of the region. If I could only go to one place, I guess I'd maybe choose somewhere like Indonesia. I haven't been for a while, but there's quite a lot of Indonesia that's quite undiscovered. So I guess that's me cheating a little bit, because I've only really been to like Bali and Lombok, which are beautiful, and I love tropical destinations. So I'd be happy about that, and then I could probably get around the rules by going exploring a little bit further. My next trip's to Iceland. We're just doing a little stopover holiday for the weekend, and we'll stay for a few nights in Reykjavik. I could do Iceland as like a whole 2-week trip, but just as a little taster trip when I've got an extra Friday off and I can go away for 4 days. We've booked on the first night to do the Northern Lights tour, and we've got like a full day doing Golden Circle highlights to see a lot of the waterfalls and geysers and like all of the main sites, and then we've given ourselves a bit of time at leisure to just decide what we want to do on the day, and we'll definitely go to the Blue Lagoon as well for a bit of relaxation.